Hey, Shoenut here with PbNation. I'm going to walk you through how to build an autococker. It's a mechanical autococker. We're starting out with a Inception Design Kryptonite body. This was designed by Simon Stevens. This is a special edition one. It's got the PbNation logo milled on there, one side. The other side we got the Mod Squad logo. Before we get started, a couple things you're going to need. Allen wrenches. Valve tool. There's a couple different versions of it. Some have a T-handle. You can find them online pretty readily. And then you may or you may not need a 1/4-inch 12-point socket. If you have a star-shaped screw for your VA, you are definitely going to need this. Let's get started. I'm going to start by putting the internals in. This is the valve body. Now when you put this in, you got to make sure that this side, the non-open side, that side faces down. That's where the set screw sits so that to hold the valve in place. The other side is open, so the open side goes up. Okay, this is spring goes on the end of the valve. Goes right through there. Now how I like to do this, take your retaining nut, I balance it all on my valve tool, just like that. I take the body, and just very gently slide it in there, making sure that my seat, where the set screw goes, is facing down. Okay? And you just turn very gently. You want to make sure there's not a lot of resistance. If there's like that, it's not sitting right in there. Just going to back out a little bit. Shouldn't be that hard, so it's just like that, nice and easy. You might need to use another Allen wrench or something on the bottom here to get your valve to line up before you tighten it all the way. Just kind of use that to move that. Tighten that up. Okay. Now that's where you're lining up that seat on the valve body right there, and in there goes a set screw. Use a Allen wrench there to tighten that up. Okay, just like that. Next, our hammer. Okay. Now you want the hammer lug. You want that facing down. And then where you see the actual Allen head, that faces up. Okay, so you just slide it in there. Now you want to tighten that down to keep it from sliding out, because right now it'll just fall right back out. So you got to tighten that lug, and it's pretty easy to do. Hole in the top of the body here. You see that hole? Allen wrench, 1/8 inch. Just drop that in there. Should line up with that hole on the hammer. You just tighten it, and then you can watch on the bottom there. It's hard to see. You tighten it now. That lug's out there. It won't fall out. Use that later when you're adjusting your trigger, but right now I'm not worried about that. We'll do that in a different video. Next, spring goes in there. And finally, IVG, internal velocity adjuster. Tunes your velocity when you're out in the field. Okay. Next we're going to put the front block on. This is our front block. Okay. Banjo bolt in the front. There's an O-ring on both sides of the banjo bolt. Make sure that's there so you don't get any air leaks. And that just screws onto the front. And again, when you're doing this, if you have a lot of resistance and it's really hard to turn, stop. You want to strip it out. I'm just going to tighten that down. Make sure that's straight, looks good. Okay, next, 3-way. Okay, that goes in the bottom hole here. So see the gun. And that's just hand tightened. Okay. Next we're going to put the rammer on. It goes in the top hole, straight at diagonal from the three-way. Now I don't have my barbs, or some people like to use QEVs on them. I don't have those attached right now. That's a barb. It's for your hose fittings. That's what these are right here on the three-way. I don't have those on right now. It just makes it easier to assemble or disassemble. Next, our LPR. That's the last thing to go on the front block here. And again, these are just hand tightened on here. You might need, the only one that really needs a seal is the LPR. I know with mine, I usually put some Teflon tape on there. If you have a leak from that, you could just Teflon tape it. You should be good. Next, we're going to go ahead and put our VA on. Now, what I like to do is I like to put my trigger arm on before I put the VA on. It just makes it easier, because turning this, which connects the trigger arm, the actuating arm, to the three-way, turning it while it's in place is a pain in the butt, to say the least. And there's just a small set screw right here that we need to tighten to hold it in place, keep it from moving. Again, we're not doing timing here, so I'm just putting it on there for now, just until we'll do the timing in a different video. So now we're just going to put our VA on the front here. This is the 12-point saw, the 12-point screw. Okay. Now once you got that tightened, you want to connect that arm to the three-way. Do that, you just got, there's a notch in the small arm that comes out of the three-way. You just line that up, and then you tighten the set screw down. That's my set screw there. So now that actuating arm that attaches to the trigger is now attached to that three-way. Okay, next let's go ahead and put on the trigger frame. Trigger frame, that actuating arm goes right through that hole on the top there. Okay, you just slide that in there. It's like, to hold that, just like that. Okay, and we're gonna attach that, put the bolts in the gun. I have two different size bolts. Small one goes in the back. Big one in the front. And just tighten these down. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and attach the pump arm to the rammer. See that there? This is what attaches the rammer to the back block. Again, we're not doing timing, so I'm just going to screw it in here so I could attach the back block. That's what we're going to do next. And the back block, it just screws right onto that pump arm. Just like that. Okay. Now we could go ahead and put our bolt in. Again, there's an up and a down. Hole goes down. Our bolt pin in there. Okay. Cocking rod. Screws in the bottom here. Okay. This connects to the hammer. Nice and easy. Okay. Getting down to the end here, huh? Attach a regulator just like you do on other guns. We're going to attach our beaver tail here. It's just one screw. Like that. And last but not least, detent on the side there. That's it. Still going to require some tuning to make it function properly, but that's the basics of putting together a mechanical autococker. Thanks for watching.